You know, the number one question that I get from people, and I mean it's overwhelmingly the number one question, because I'm really known for selling, Silver Eagles and silver and gold and that kind of stuff, is they ask me, what's the best way to buy silver and or gold? And I always tell them the best way to buy that is physical metal. In other words, have the metal in your hands. Because, there's 400 ounces of paper silver for every 1 ounce of actual silver. That's contracts and ETFs and all that. They say they're backed by silver. They're not. Not all of it anyway. A little bit of it is. 400 ounces of paper silver to 1 ounce of physical silver. And so that's why I say buy the physical metal. Own the physical metal. And then they go, okay, well, what's the best physical metal to buy? Well, at the end of the day, you either want to buy, huge, massive bars of it, if you're putting it away in safety deposit boxes or stuff. But a lot of people are looking for a practical application for their physical silver if it gets to that. And probably nothing out there, to me, meets that criteria better than this coin right here. First of all, in terms of a transactable coin from, that you can actually use for transactions with silver in it, I mean, it's already a legal tender coin. Now, obviously, it's worth far more than 50 cents, Kennedy half dollar, but it has the intrinsic silver in it, and it's in a very transactable size. So the United States government started making the Kennedy half dollar in 1964. They made the last silver Kennedy half dollar in 1970. The very last coins that were ever intended for circulation in the United States were these Kennedy half dollars. Now, oftentimes when you buy these, or I have bought these in the past, we have the opportunity, we have old circulated Kennedy half dollars, and that's traditionally how we price these, basically based on the silver content of the coin itself. It so happened that this batch that we got, which is a big batch, nice batch, are all going to be uncirculated coins as well. They're all going to be uncirculated. So now you're starting to look at a numismatic component that is part of this at the same time. So first things first, you have the last of the silver coins ever made by the United States government. So you've got silver. Now, if you've been paying attention to silver, over the last couple of years, you have seen this incredible increase in the price of silver. But here's the thing. If you've also been watching silver, you've probably also been watching gold. And gold, of course, claims new highs every single solitary day. We are well over $3,000 an ounce for gold. Now, traditionally, silver, in whatever format, has run at about 30 ounces of silver to an ounce of gold. We call that the gold-silver ratio, 30 to 1. It is currently almost 100 to 1. It is currently almost 100 to 1. So many people would argue that silver has got the greatest opportunity to catch up to its historic highs, to its historic ratio, to its historic place. And everybody is looking at silver right now and finding out just how difficult physical silver is to get. So what I got is a great batch of uncirculated silver Kennedy half dollars. And what I have them at is I have a roll of 10. Whoops, let me knock those all over. I'm going to push this back, sorry guys, so we'll get everything completely and totally out of focus. So let's put these back up here. So there's 4 that I picked there. And then I've got them right here. As you can see, none of those telltale copper lines, if we can get in close on those. So none of those telltale copper lines. And you've got this beautiful, kind of brilliant, uncirculated, that is the luster that you're looking for when you're looking for uncirculated. So that is the numismatic nature of these coins. As you can see, just how beautiful they are right there. Every one of those is absolutely stunning uncirculated. So I got 4 up there, there's 6 right there. So they're going to be, and that's how they're going to come in a roll of 10. That is right there, just like that. So you're going to get 10 of those coins for $89.95. So $8.99 a coin. Now remember, I bought these at silver. I'm selling them to you at silver. But if you look at the nationally advertised catalog right here from a numismatic perspective, here's the Kennedy half dollars, here's the uncirculated silvers that you have right here, $28.50 a coin. $28.50 a coin. Okay, so that numismatic value is almost $20 per coin. It's almost $20 per coin. I'm giving you the silver value. That numismatic value comes to you at no additional cost or charge, folks. And you can see, if you look at the edges of those coins, none of that telltale copper line. You've got silver in massive shortage. I've talked about this at length, that for the last 5 years at the very least, we have been in silver deficit. The world is using silver at a far greater rate than what is mined or refined, every single year, to the tune of 200 to 250 million ounces a year. Over the last 5 years, 1 billion ounces of silver has been lost forever, more than we have mined or refined. I have heard estimates that known silver reserves will be mined out by 2035. The most used commodity in the world is oil. The second most used commodity in terms of manufacturing is going to be silver. It's going to be silver in terms of that kind of a tradable commodity. It's used in EVs. It's used in solar panels. It's used in electronics. It's used in all these things. And when it's used in that, it's lost forever. So to be able to have this perishable commodity that is an intrinsic precious metal as well is absolutely a stunning opportunity for you. Please understand that. And what we have got right here is the opportunity to not only own these silver gems from the United States Mint, but to own them in absolutely brilliant uncirculated condition. Now, you're buying them at silver. The numismatic value for the 10-count roll, like I said, nationally advertised catalog, for the 10-count roll is $285. Is $285. You're paying $89.95. Now, here's the crazy part. $89.95 is insane at less than $9 a coin. Less than $9 a coin. This is where, like I said, look at the bottom line. You can get 5 10-count rolls. You can get 5 10-count rolls for $399.95. Okay, 5 10. You save $5 per coin. Is that right? No, that's $10 a coin, isn't it? Am I doing the math wrong here? Yeah, that's $80 a roll, isn't it? My goodness, what was I thinking? So that's $80 a roll if you buy the 5 10 counts that you have right there. That is, so now you're saving, so if you buy the 5 rolls, you're saving $20 a coin. To put that into perspective, I know I'm trying to wrap my head around this, it's so incredible. So you get 5 10-count rolls, so 50 coins for $399.95. You save from the numismatic national retail value, you save $1,000 on a $400 purchase. It's almost unlike anything that I've been able to sell here, and we've got a limited quantity of these coins. And of course, when we bought them, we said, do you have any more? And they said, well, not what silver's doing. I mean, the price has got to go up and up and up. If silver goes to its 30-to-1 gold-silver ratio, I'll be $1,400 a roll on these. I'll be $1,200 a roll on these, just because of what the move made in silver. So what you get is this historic United States coin, brilliant uncirculated, more than 50 years old, original United States currency, and the last silver coins ever made by the United States Mint that were intended for circulation, and you get them at absolutely stupefyingly low prices because of the way that I was able to purchase this. It is your opportunity to lock in silver at a price that I think is insanely low based on what gold and other precious metals have been doing out there in the market. Whether you're talking about gold, whether you're talking about oil, everything is skyrocketing. Silver has gone up a little bit, but it has not made its massive run yet. Now is your time to be able to get this in a beautiful size, a transactable size, numismatic value, brilliant uncirculated, put the whole thing together on a count. Like I said, when you buy the 5 10-count roll, you save $1,000 on a $400 purchase. That is pretty difficult to do. As a matter of fact, you save almost $200 by buying just one of the 10-count rolls at $89.95. Very few times in the numismatic market do you have an opportunity to get intrinsic precious metal and save that much money. Our quantities are incredibly, incredibly limited. Please, please, please pick up the phone and get your silver today.